Hey guys, it's your boy M.K.S here, back in another video. This is obviously part 2 of my list of ideas. Check out part 1 if you haven't already done so. Please check it out. Sorry, I hope you've checked out part 1. If you haven't done so, please check it out. As often, I'm chopping this into like 3 different parts, so the videos hopefully are not too long. Anyway, as well wherever you are and staying safe during this COVID time. I think I was supposed to say that in my last video, but anywho, so these are some of my ideas or plans for supporting what I call the 4 or the 6, which are groups, areas in the world which I'd love to support, such as Asia, Africa, as many Asian and African nations as possible, and those other groups I've talked about in my previous videos. So I hope to talk about areas in which I would like to support those groups, and possibly like some of the conditions. Like, I think it'd be great to have like ethical consumerism, which will hopefully encourage ethical enterprise companies to become as ethical as possible. So like in Brazil, where they've taken away a lot of the Bolsonaro seems to have taken away a lot of rights from indigenous people and also from those of African descent. Hopefully through consumerism they can be put some pressure on Brazil to ensure that there are more rights for those people. So for instance, if people say we will support Brazil financially, but only if they improve the rights for indigenous people and those of African descent as well, or partial African descent. And hopefully I'll encourage as many people, especially like my fellow mixed race people, fellow mutts as I call us, to support, like say, we'll support Brazil as long as they support the black and mixed race and indigenous people in those countries, rather than only those of European descent. So hopefully if we encourage that as much as possible in Latin America, hopefully those rights will be encouraged. And I'd love to support indigenous people, as I say, and those of African descent in Latin America, as well as the other groups, the other areas I've talked about. And on Monday, I'm hopefully I'll talk about the groups I'd love to support the most. So hopefully you'll look out for those videos as well. Anyway, so I'm going to crack on with this because again, I don't want the video to be too long. So as I said before, like continuing on from part 1, which was points number 1 to 10. This is going to be from points number 11 to 20. Before I finish off with points 21 to 30. So number 11, I would love to support inventors, as I say, from all those possible areas and countries such as India, China, the rest of Asia, Kenya, Nigeria, South Africa, Cameroon, and the rest of Africa. And also, as I say, as many Latin American countries as possible, especially those that improve human rights for the groups I've just mentioned, indigenous people from those countries, and also people of African descent. And I was thinking, like, one way the international community could mediate and avoid conflict between Britain and Argentina, which have gone to war over the Falkland Islands. I was thinking the Falkland Islands could be owned by the indigenous people from Argentina, which would benefit Argentina generally as well, but it would especially hopefully benefit the indigenous people who I think should own that land, as they were the first people there, as far as I'm aware. Moving on, number 12. So I would love to connect these countries and areas together as much as possible somehow, like connect, as I say, like as many African and Asian nations as possible, as well as indigenous people from the Americas and Australasia, Aborigines, Maoris, and people like that, and also Ireland and Latin America as well, generally, and I suppose like emerging markets or developing countries, and encourage like people to go and mentor in those countries and teach and train those people, and possibly those areas to learn about dyslexia and ADHD and the strengths of dyslexics and people with ADHD, and how we could perhaps, having dyslexia myself, how we could help those countries financially, economically, and that sort of thing. Number 13, hopefully my videos aren't too bad or cringeworthy, so I hope I'm improving as I go along. I know I normally think of something a bit negative for number 13 because of my superstitions and all that sort of stuff, so hopefully it won't be too cringeworthy. I imagine if I see my videos back one day, I might be a bit cringed by them, but I'll just do my best to develop as I go along. Number 14, hopefully these areas will work together on solving problems, whatever problems they may face. As I say, Latin America somehow working with Africa and Asia. Part of me can't really imagine it, but I think it'd be really cool if they did. Number 15, hopefully they'll work together on goals and shared aspirations and ambitions. Number 16, hope to look at the best ways to support these groups as much as possible. Number 17, hope to look at the positive sides and strengths of these countries and areas like Latin America, say Africa, Asia, Indigenous, Australasians, and Irish people as well. Number 18, again, like looking at positive ways they can work together. Number 19, I hope to look in, especially into supporting Africa and Australasians, Aborigines and Maoris in terms of STEM education, especially technology and software development. And number 20, I hope to support African software development as much as possible, including like possibly donating money from my YouTube videos if I make any, and also like helping them to crowdfund and things like that in the future, like GoFundMe and Kickstarter and things like that. And also like people making YouTube videos, and any money they make from those YouTube videos, or at least a percentage of it, could go towards helping Africa to lead in software development. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and please let me know what you think, and I'm out. Peace and love.